Go back to classroom. End the strike now, even as you keep negotiating with the federal government. An industrial court sitting in Abuja orders the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Asuu. This is our discussion for today. Of course, my name na ADS. Oya make run am as we dey run am.
The ruling by the Honorable Court is very consistent with rule of law. It's also a recognition of the fundamental role that education play in development, in national development, in economic development. And also, it recognizes the fact that without education, there will be no rule of law. I thank the judiciary for saving educational development. What has happened is that the past 7 months, educational development has been halted, particularly in public universities in Nigeria, which ought not to be.
It has come. The court has ruled that members of Asuu are restrained from continuing the strike action, and that they should return back to the classrooms pending the determination of the substantive suit. As per the next action, there are quite a number of options open to the union. We will study the ruling with the legal team, and then we will adopt the most appropriate option.
The strike action has lingered for 7 good months now. Asuu said they have been shifting grounds on their demands since the inception of the strike, but that government has totally refused to shift grounds too. Reacting to the court judgment, the chairman of Asuu, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, had something to say. Let's hear from him. Watch.
You had a meeting with the president on Friday last week. We have a meeting with the Senate this week, the 2 major arm of the government, and they said we are handling issue, we will resolve it within a very short time. And a member of that executive go to court and say, go back to work whether you like it or not.
Do you think that the federal government is not sincere?
Every Nigerian should interpret that. Not the federal government.
What does Asuu think?
This case was taken to court by a minister. And you said to the same minister, come on air, you read it very well, that federal government did not go to court with Asuu. 3 days ago. You read it, well read, I had not been debunked, that the federal government did not take Asuu to court. But we were surprised when we went to the court, the judgment was given in favor of federal government. Who said it didn't go to court? That tells you the type of thing you have as a country. A minister went to air. Who went to the court? Because when we went to the court, the person is the Minister of Labour that put 2 the case to court. Why the executive arm and legislative arm of the government are resolving the issues? You see, let me tell you the catastrophe of what has just happened today. It's a catastrophe. The last time this happened was during the military era. You know the catastrophe? I can assure you when this strike is over, a large number of our lecturers are going to migrate from this country. When you are using force to push your lecturer to class. I asked you a question yesterday. The way you are, Oshibaloye. If you go to a hospital and say, the doctor say, this place is not well, do it well. And the owner forced the man say you must go and treat this patient. Will you allow that doctor to treat you?
This is totally out of place. Oh. It was a single minister that took Asuu to court. Not even the federal government. Oh. And the court ruling was given in favor of the federal government. What is going on here? Has the judiciary system suddenly become a Father Christmas to grant judgment to a party that never asked for it? According to the Asuu chairman, the federal government is still negotiating with the body Asuu only for the Minister of Labour and Productivity, Chris Ngige, to run to court in the name of the federal government, even after imposing no work, no pay to punish the striking lecturers. Hey, Nigeria, my country. Just 2 days ago, the National Association of Nigerian Students, Nans, began the end Asuu strike protest. And the agenda is to block every important federal government agencies, starting with the Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos State. Being that the industrial court has asked Asuu to get back to the classroom, how is Nans taking the decision already? On your watch.
We wish to restate our total commitment towards the return of Nigerian students in the nation public universities back to campus. The ongoing Asuu strike which has commenced will be sustained until the federal government of Nigeria resolve with Asuu and our students are back to their various campuses. The leadership of National Association of Nigerian Students will continue to grant all the nation public assets, from roads to airports, including Nigerian Port Authority, if the federal government through the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Labour fail to resolve with the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Universities in no distant time. The leadership of NAS demand a better deal for education of Nigerian masses, because most of the children of the privileged few now study either in overseas or in private universities, established with our commonwealth across the country by the same set of people who entrust to govern us. This is more reason they will continue to turn deaf ears to the demand by Asuu for improved standard and condition of learning in our public higher institutions. With the view of bringing an end to the protracted industrial action, we appeal to our lecturers to intensify the campaign for proper funding of the educational sector and not limit the agitation to the welfare of their members alone. Our blocking of access to public roads and ports is just a warning. If the government fails to conclude all the negotiation and agreements with Asuu within the time frame of 2 weeks, they will witness more protests and rallies all over the country. They will also witness the annoyance, anger, frustration of Nigerian students who have been at home for the past 7 months. As we promise them that we will not show any political campaign to hold, as we promise them that we will not allow any political campaign to hold across the country until we are back to the class.
Nans is of the belief or of the opinion that going back to school with the prevailing issues between Asuu and federal government not solved is just a matter of time, and another strike action will begin. So it's better to solve the problem once and for all. And Nans has given the federal government just 2 weeks to resolve all issues that have made this strike to linger. Failure to do so, the government might not be able to handle what will come next. They have also declared that no political campaign will happen if students do not go back to the classroom. This was strong. Can the government handle this? In case you have forgotten what the issues are again between the federal government and Asuu, listen to the Asuu chairman, Professor Emmanuel Osodeki, table the issues once again before the Speaker, Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Bajabiamila. Now the video be this. Watch.
But look at the real issues. What we'll be doing in this country, we'll look at strike as a problem. But when you check, strike is just a symptom of the problem in the system. Any day we let down the struggle like NUT did, just give us a few time, we'll adjust to where we are. So that is why we are on strike. That's why we are being punished. In Nigeria, in other universities, it's clear, other climb. When you people go on strike, you handle the strike. You don't look how to punish the people. You are aware. The first thing the Minister of Labour did was to go and say, stop their salaries. Instead of solving the problem, the Minister of Education said, We want to use it to teach them a lesson. Teach your academic a lesson. Like as we are going to go and we will give all what has happened and where we are. We have considered. So we met with Nimi Briggs, with committee of Musali Jibri, and we reached agreement. Both sides agree. So let us give to my principal to give me permission to sign. They didn't come back until we started this strike. More than 1 year. More than 1 year, they didn't revert back to us. We rejected or we accepted. That agreement was reached in May 2021. They came back to us in June 2022. More than 1 year. Before they say we rejected it. We said fine, in May, sorry. And then they set up another committee, this time headed by Professor Musa Nimi Briggs. And when they came to us, we said, this time we don't want to give you any figure. And we reached an agreement also. Please, for us, we don't even mind if the press can be here all through. Because Nigeria need to know the truth. We should not hide anything. So that we know who is wrong and who is right. We will not mind.
Quite frankly, many have described this thing as different things. And the one I find most embarrassing is the description as a national embarrassment. So let us deal with this national embarrassment. We will deal with it indoors in closed session.
Thank you very much, sir. I think it's very important because we're meeting. They told you committee of pro-chancellor and vice-chancellors and others. As we are doing this, the same Ministry of Labour again. Rather, we are resolving the problem. And it's still ongoing. Even the president intervening ran to court. And the question I will ask before I will stop. If the court forced the lecturers to go to work tomorrow, what type of teaching will they do? That's the question. If you court forced Nigerian academics, say go and teach against your will. Just like the court forcing a doctor to go and treat a patient against your will. How many of us will go and meet that doctor? That is the question I will ask Nigeria. Thank you.
This is indeed a national embarrassment. Your future leaders sitting at home for 7 months. Government no care. Only in Nigeria. This strike has already lingered for long. And it must be resolved permanently. This time, we don't want to hear anything Asuu strike ever again in this country. All of this can only happen as a result of bad government. You see how this way they happen? Now bad government cause them. Get ready for 2023 elections. It's time to make a positive change. Not be that kind of change where the ruling party now promise also. It's time to make that positive change in governance. Be part of that change. I'll see you again. Follow us on all our social media channels showing on your screen right now. Until I see you again, my name is ADS. Signing out.